Khelkud was just back from World Cup qualifiers in the big win, the Asia Cup, and in both the tournaments we played some big teams, and at times we had control in the game. We put them under pressure as well. So how does it feel to go back into that time when we were in control?
Well, when we reflect the phases that we were in control, obviously it makes you feel that we got something right. And 50 overs is a long game. And when we're playing against test nations who have a lot more experience, probably they know to manage the tempo even better through the whole 50 overs while batting, while bowling. And I think we progressed from Pakistan game to India game. In batting we progressed. We were able to at least, push till the last phase. We missed out on a couple of overs. 230 is what we scored. And if we had batted properly, probably would have scored around 250 to 60. So, and same way goes for bowling. When we kept on sticking to our plans and bowlers bowled in partnership against Pakistan, we were able to hold them at least till 35th, 40th over. So there are certain things which you're doing right. Obviously the whole game is not coming together against full member nation, but that is the difference when we play against the experienced sides.
So right now, are we sad that we couldn't capitalize, or are we happy that we got to perform that way?
I mean, nobody will be happy when you feel that in some part of the game you had some advantage. But at the same time, I don't think we can feel sad about it, because we know that we were walking into the unknowns of playing against better team, better experienced side, and probably more polished skills. So the only thing which we can do from here is take the learnings on board and keep on bringing that champion attitude towards whichever next challenge we get into.
The bigger game against India, we were put into bat first. What was the mindset and what was the approach that we had planned in the dressing room, and how did it come in?
That venue, we were clear that if it was full 50 overs game, we wanted to bat first. So we were preparing for that. Obviously rain around, we were not sure the game will happen, not happen. So that did kind of created, if we win the toss, what we do, in terms of our thought process and decision making. But we never had to do that. We lost the toss and we were put in, so we were ready.
So after the match, we saw our players sharing their moments with idols, and you were very happy to let their idols give some medals, the Happy Dressing Room Awards as well. So how did you take that opportunity? How did you feel?
No, I mean, again, over the years, having worked with Rahul Dravid in both coach and player capacity when he was a captain of a team, and at the same time also having good relationship with him, I would say that, good relationship in whatever small opportunity which I get, and knowing him as a person, someone who is always open about growth, open about player development. I had to just request him, and he just nodded, and we got that opportunity. It was good to see how the whole dressing room of Indian team embraced our boys over there, and they all welcomed them openly, and they were all having some cricket chats. And then of course this happy dressing room rituals which we create with, and we were able to do that with the Indian dressing room, which was good. Again, we wanted also Rohit Sharma to be there, but he was busy in some after the game, post-match press conferences and things like that. So the opportunity was with Rahul, Virat and Hardik. So they all obviously did it with the whole heart. So it was good to see those actions.
So what's the biggest takeaway that you take personally from the Asia Cup?
Same thing, connecting to our identity. I think we have to keep on now believing that we belong. So the more we play against this full member teams, more we play against this more experienced sides, we are only going to get better. We are here for growth. This year has been all about growth. So now we have to just focus on growth. With all the other things which we do, process, planning, preparation.
So after a long ODI cycle, we're going to change format. We're going into T20I mode, and there's a lot at stake, like Asian Games medal, then the World Cup qualifiers. So how do you see our squad at the current moment?
Associate cricket, everything is at stake. Everything is at stake every time. So same thing, same mentality, walk into the unknowns, take one game at a time, ensure that we put the best foot forward, ensure that everyone play their roles. Because when we get into new format, the other thing which we want is the adjustment which we require, for the T20 approach. And today, through these two games which I am seeing right now, I think 1 week of preparation into these two games, it seems that they have adapted it quickly, and TU ground is very familiar, so they are able to prepare well and they are able to play their roles well so far in practice games. Now we'll have to see when we go into these Asian Games. Yes, I mean we might have one or two sides where we feel that we are better than them and we should be able to win. But at the same time, taking every game where we grow in our confidence, grow in our blueprint, grow in our game plan, and then when we get an opportunity to play against a better side, ensuring that on that day we win big moments through those role play. Because winning those big moments is going to be critical in phases, and that's where you cross the line.
So a lot of things have been said that Asian Games will be part of the preparation for the World Cup qualifier, but there's a medal for the country in stake in the Asian Games. So how do you see these Asian Games?
It's a wish, right? I mean, everyone has got a wish that we win a medal. I think same thing goes for everything that we have done so far in this journey. So we'll manifest for the medal, but at the same time, what is written for us, we don't know. We are walking into the unknowns. But yes, the mentality will be to keep on winning those one-ball battles, keep building our happy dressing room, and keep bringing more smiles to our fans, to our nation over here with our efforts on the ground.
So 3 of the players, especially Vivek, Vinod and Avi, have made into the squad. So what have you told them now they have got into the squad and first time with you?
Well, just be free and relaxed. They have to express themselves. If they want to connect to their identity, they need to keep on looking at these opportunities where they approach very fearlessly. So nothing much. I've kept it very simple. Simple things are easy to remember. Simple things are easy to repeat. So that is the way we approach.
So we're changing the format, and it's been a week. We have trained in T20 mode, and in today's practice game, we saw 200 plus score in both the games. So how easy or how tough will it be to change our mentality in T20?
No, so we have been able to adjust very quickly, right? When good wickets which we have got over here for practice at TU, we have been able to score those average 200 runs which you expect in T20. And I think all the players now understand their game better. So when you understand their game better, then you know your boundary hitting options, your six hitting options. At the same time, bowlers know their defensive plans and the field sets which they need for their defensive plans, and how to execute those skills under pressure. And that is what is unfolding over here. I mean, you will not win every single battle, but T20 is all about that. Yes, the biggest concern for me will be now going into the Asian Games. I have never been to China. What kind of surfaces we'll bat on, and are those surfaces batting friendly? If they are not batting friendly, how quickly we adjust to those surfaces. That's where that individual players' awareness will come into play.
So we're playing Mongolia and Maldives, who are quite new opposition for us. Mongolia is still not played international cricket. So how do you see them as an opponent? Because we don't know anything.
Yeah, when we don't know anything, so we have to make sure that we play to our strengths, and we have to respect all the opponents. Just the way the full member nations have been respecting us as associates. Same way for us, any new team comes, we have to respect them, because in T20 you need one individual player and one individual player's performance to take away the game. So we can't take any opponents lightly.
So do you think there are more individuals who can maybe make the place in France?
Yes, I mean Sompal Kami, look at the way he's performed in these 2 games. He's surprised so many probably players within the team and also the opponents with the way he batted. And obviously I could see the way he was training and batting in the nets, but finally got these opportunities, and the background of he opens the inning over here in domestic cricket was also been told to me. So we were looking forward to that, and then it comes down to, like I said, every individual player's hunger. So new faces will keep on stepping up. This is our journey, this is our story, so we have to keep building.
So talking about new face, so our calendar looks jam-packed with international fixtures in coming months as well. So how do you see the domestic structure building up now?
Well, that is the most important thing, and it will require collective leadership. I think I'm expecting the CAN management to be in shape in a week's time. So once everyone takes care of their designations, the office bearers, then probably we can have a good long talk. Maybe the good long talk will happen just around these World Cup qualifiers, which we'll be conducting in our country, over here with Mulpani ground and TU. So that is probably the best time for us to discuss and put the plan in place. Because 7 provinces, 3 teams which always rope in players, they get jobs. Plus this 7 provinces. That is the way I think, that could be a way forward. To have this 10 teams and then 10 teams play different formats and have this, like you said, big summer coming up. So I ensure that at least 6 to 7 months of good quality cricket, which will allow the players to have a clear pathway. Once they have a pathway, then they know, that where they are heading in terms of their cricket career.
The CAN election is coming up and there will be new management in place. So how concerned are you about the infrastructure in place?
Well, concern of infrastructure should be for everyone. You know, whoever loves the game in this country, I mean, not just office bearers of CAN, the corporates, the business houses, the news channels, the media channels like you all, the people who are governing bodies of this country, the sporting bodies of this country, everyone should be thinking about it. Now that we have done so well and we have kind of won few hearts around the world, especially these full member nations, which we keep talking again and again. If you go to any of these countries, they have stadiums. We need at least one to start with, and a proper indoor facility where there are lights, few more bowling machines, well-furbished lanes, so that the players can practice well. You know, I think it is high time that we start thinking about that and get infrastructure in place.
So with ODI status secured for next 4 years, and we have full cycle of League 2 and many other international series as well. So how do you see the importance of T20 format, especially the World Cup qualifiers that's coming up?
Well, at the moment, the T20 qualifiers is very important. Like any other associate teams, it's a platform where you go, again, rub off shoulders with full member nations, keep on repeating your skills out there, so someone will get impressed. You might also actually end up getting not just representing your country, but you might end up getting into few franchise leagues as well, which will again harness, you know, it will help you to progress. But more importantly, this 4-year cycle when we talk about, I think the quality of cricket that we'll play will matter a lot. So far we have done well, but we cannot stop. You know, there is always an area to keep on developing. There is always an area to keep on progressing. And we are putting some development plans in place. I speak to all the players very individually. Some of the players are now not part of T20. As an example, Bhim Sharkey is not there in Asian Games. You know, we might again put up a camp and later on we'll see Arif and him. But some of the players will still not be part of T20. They'll be part of ODI cycle because they play a very important role there. So this development program that we'll design and development plans that we'll put in place, it needs to be backed well with some fundings, and it should be backed well by associating and creating partnership with some of these full member nations around.
So players that have represented national team have, most of them have played in the age group. So have you kept an eye on these age group teams? Right now we're playing as well.
Yes, I am keeping an eye today. I've had a good chat with Jagatji as well, who is taking care of the under-19 team, and they also have an extended squad right now because they have to pick a squad for, I think, the qualifiers for the Asia Cup, under-19 Asia
Under Premier.
And they've already qualified for the World Cup, so a lot to look forward to. I know, I mean, I'm also impressed with Dave Kanal in bits and pieces that I've been able to see, and we will be able to give him opportunities. He is a promising cricketer as well. Gulshan, we know that once he's away from his national duty, he'll be back over here with the under-19s. So a lot to look forward to in the next few months as well.
So for the World Cup, T20 World Cup qualifiers, Mulpani ground is going to be used, and we've not played in Mulpani under youth. We were planned to play, but the rain got worse. So are we thinking of setting up some training sessions in that ground?
Yeah, we'll look forward to some practice matches, some games, and you know, you have to get used to playing as many grounds you get opportunities with. So Mulpani is the same. We'll go there. Last time we tried to play, we had played one internal practice match, and then I think against Saudi Arabia is the big game which we got washed out. So we'll again look forward to a few games there too.
Coming back to the Asian Games, so we're playing easier teams in the group stage, but there's a lot of things after that. We might face India or Pakistan once again. So how do you see that possibility coming?
Same thing, excitement. Any full member team which we play is an excitement for us because it's adding up to the experience. It's adding up to their confidence, players' confidence. They are showing a lot of courage in phases, and T20 is a different format. So if we are able to show that courage through all phases, if you are able to back our skills with clear mindset, you just don't know because you are always walking into the unknown with these teams.
Talking about the World Cup qualifiers, so we're unbeaten at home with you in charge. How confident are you of continuing that in the World Cup qualifiers?
Well, I'm confident with the preparation part of it. You know, I'm confident with the planning part of it. Ultimately, it comes down to the players executing out there. And like I said, they need to stay calm. They need to keep backing their processes. The thought process, most important thing, because T20 is played at a different intensity. So with that intensity, sometimes, you know, you can get blindsided to certain things. So if we talk about greed versus hunger, we have to ensure that we don't get complacent. We don't want to get overconfident. At the same time, keep on showing our skills. You know, just be courageous out there. win those phases. We have done that well so far. Repeat. Great teams repeat. Keep repeating.
I'll take you back to the 2014 World Cup. The current generation was produced because of that World Cup. And right now, after the League 2, the match against UAE, the all global eyes is on us. Then we did something else, something special in the Premier Cup, which took us to the Asia Cup. And now we have opportunity to play the World Cup again. So how big do you think we will have impact on our domestic structure?
For the domestic structure?
Yeah,
I mean, for inspiring a lot of cricketers?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it will have its impact. I think already these boys are inspiring a lot of players. I see a lot of fans still come and watch this friendly game. So I can see there is an impact because of their efforts, their actions. When you're deeply in love with a vision, the vision only gets defined more through your actions. And I think at the moment their motivation is that. They are deeply motivated to keep on putting best efforts on the ground, execute their roles properly. But at the same time, I remind them to keep it simple, not to get, not to take this external pressure of expectations, external, noise which you talk about certain times. It's our happy dressing which we talk about, and we have built our happy dressing room around every emotion that we can think about. When we plan well, prepare well, when we execute well, we feel the joy. And when we plan well, prepare well, but we are not able to execute finally out there on the field, we feel the pain as well. So it is no different. But they are building characters. They are developing characters. They are developing their skills. They are becoming a very matured personalities. They understand being cricketer what it's like. They understand being a person what it's like. When you talk about living with purpose, at the moment all these boys are living with purpose, and we are here to fulfill that purpose of probably qualifying and playing the World Cup next year. Hopefully that it will happen.